What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 91 of WCW. I am Swarls. We are right here off of a WCW Wrestle War 95 last stream. That was, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, it got 100, which is kind of just par for the course at this point. But this show in particular, I mean, we got 90, 90, 90, 99, 99, 92. Like, this show really, really cooked. This was, of course, a Nitro brand, and now we're going to Slamboree, which will be a Saturday show. But the next thing we're booking is a Nitro, and since the next thing we're booking is a Nitro, I have to know what I'm building to on Nitro. So we have to decide what's going to happen at the Great American Bash, which is all the way on June 25th. So let's get the old Notepad out. Notepad's a fucking mess. We added all this stuff here. This should stay with the Slamboree part. Alright, here's how we're going to... Super Viernes notes will stay at the bottom. And then we'll squeeze Great American Bash in here. Alright. So, Austin's retaining this title. Like, at least until Starrcade, right? Like, there's really no shot anyone beats him. So, as I rate Arn. That would have been a great swerve. And there's no way anyone's beating him, right, guys? Anyway, so Arn defends the title. Yes, exclusively Nitro. So let's do Steve Austin. So let's see, coming off the pay-per-view... I mean, Kobashi. It should be Kobashi, right? Kobashi beat Masai. It should be Kobashi. Because you're looking at the rest of it, if it's not Kobashi, it's like... I mean, it could be Vader. It could be Jumbo. But, I mean, Kobashi's the fun one. Let's do Austin versus Kobashi. And then Triple Crown. I think we're just running Sting and Pillman back because that's been going well. You want me to book the Great American Bash in the Maritimes? The Great American Bash. Alright, let me see what else we're doing here. So Owen and Regal are the tag champs now. Let's figure out what they're doing. Just what I was telling you guys about this music. Get this track out of here. The Great Maritime Bash. So who and Owen and Regal fighting? Because we're kind of getting rude away from this. There's no like obvious tag team. Quad and Tau. Yeah, we gotta build those guys up, but yeah. I mean, that's a match. That's a fucking match. We know for sure we're doing Dustin versus Sabu versus Ron. We know we're doing that triple threat match. Especially because we held it back one show. Who is Ultimo wrestling? We could bring someone over from Super Viernes for him to wrestle. me see here. Who's on Nitro? Because I do kind of feel like he's wrestled all of the junior heavyweights he could possibly wrestle on this brand. Maybe the light heavyweight title's a floating title. Maybe that goes to like all the brands. That's true. I have been kind of building that unified match with American Love Machine. The problem with that is both those, him and Ultimo are both baby faces, even though I've been building to that the whole time. Can we turn our bar? That would be great for me. Oh, his turn was very recent. Oh, cool. They turned him face just before we bought them to fuck us. Damn. Did he wrestle Jerry Lynn? I mean, I don't know. Probably not, but that's not a big match. Can we... We could do a fucking multi-man match. Although I don't love that. Although if it's elimination, that wouldn't be so bad. Can Ultimo be a heel? That's a crazy question. No, he's 100% a babyface. Okay. That turns out it was, in fact, a crazy question. Alright. Well, who are heels? Show me heels. Just show me every heel. Show me every fucking heel. Blue Panther? Blue Panther would have his... Although I don't... No, 191 pounds. Yeah, he's in the weight. He's within the weight. I mean, Blue Panther and Ultimo would have a sick fucking match. I also like your guys' idea of Cruiserweight Tournament, because that would... Especially if I do the thing of making that a floating title for all brands, which I think I'm gonna do. And I think we will have an 8-man light heavyweight tournament across all brands that will conclude with Blue Panther winning to get a match with Ultimo at Great American Bash. What's more American than Ultimo Dragon versus Blue Panther? El Dandy? Ooh, El Dandy's another good one. It could also be El Dandy. Let me go to titles. We have so many titles. Brand. This is something I should have done a long time ago. This is a Nitro brand belt. This is a Nitro brand belt. These are all Super Viernes. Very, very exciting content here, I know. Oh, we still don't have trios champions. That's a thing. That's a thing we should do at some point. Also, I have not even thought about the welterweight title, like, even once. NW, that's also... God, what? We have so many titles on our smallest brand. Light heavyweight titles, that's going to stay no brand. That's going to be for the people. That's for everybody. So this is Saturday belt. You know what? I think women's could probably float too. Also, the women's title has 79 prestige. What? Okay. Cool. Heavyweight title also floats. WCW World Tag Team. Those are Saturday belts. And the TV title is a Saturday belt. Okay, great. What's the max weight limit? What is the max weight limit for this title? That's a great question. 265. Okay, pretty much anybody. I'm not changing it. That's fine. I guess, you know, the early 90s when this belt was made was a different time. Also, this belt has 30. What is the fucking... Is this said to be like a dork belt or something? No, it's level floating. I'm shocked this only has 36 prestige with a floating level. Because it's been in some, like, really high-profile matches the last, like, 6 months to a year. No, we're not putting Misawa in the light heavyweight division. That's beneath him. Also, like, unless we're putting the title on him, he would have to lose, which is counterproductive. Track the prestige? Sure. Yeah, maybe it started with, like, nothing because it was the WCW light heavyweight title. No, it's just, like, barely crawling along. I don't get that either. Alright, let's get this notepad back up. Ultimo versus Panther or El Dandy. Le Dandy. Or El Dandy. Do light heavyweight tournament. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 matches. We have 3 to 4 more. Are we continuing either of Jumbo and Gordy or Vader and Bam Bam? I don't feel strongly about continuing either of these. They were both just kind of feuds. Also, women's title. We got to figure who's Cynthia wrestling. That's an easy one to figure out. That's just because we literally just got to look at women who are faces. No, excuse me, that are heels. She's a face. I'm so used to having to find a babyface challenger. It won't be Bull. I mean, it's got to be Manami Toyota, right? I mean, it's. She did wrestle Cynthia Moreno on Nitro in March, and it got an 80. So I think she should wrestle her again. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, they've only had one singles match. Yeah, let's do that. We have to give her momentum though, but we can do that. We can do that. Women's title, Cynthia Moreno versus Manami Toyota. All right, so we have Rick Rude and Marty who are also not doing anything. We have Misawa not doing anything. We have Jumbo, Gordy, Vader, Bam Bam. All right, let's figure out what Misawa's doing. He's wrestled Vader and Jumbo though, right? So that's kind of old news for him. Let me see. Big. Is he not Big Van Vader? I guess he's just Vader. I mean, it seems like it's been a while since they've had a straight up singles match. Actually, I don't know that they have. They've done a million tag matches. But unless we did it in TEW 2020, I don't think they've had a singles match. Which is crazy, actually. Wow. Worlds Collide. No Sting. I thought they did too, but why am I not seeing it here? Oh, there it is. It's because it's for the Triple Crown. Okay, I thought so. I thought they had a big singles match. Who's the other one? Jumbo. He's definitely wrestled Jumbo. I guess he could. What if. Could we turn him face? Is that crazy? Um. Gordy. Yeah, Gordy's a heel, so I don't. Can he even play a face? Yeah, he's fine as either. But still, Masao Invader was a year ago. Yeah. Show me people on Nitro who are baby faces. Yeah, he's kind of wrestled all the top guys over here. Oh, we have Stan, too. What's Stan doing? All right. Inoki is technically a wrestler, but like, he's 52 years old. He can't really do anything. Like, we would basically be booking him the same way we book like Dusty, like maybe a tag match once in a while, where he like stands on the apron a lot. But yeah, he can't really go anymore. He has 35, 43 stamina. Like even if we could get him in the ring, it's only going to be 6 or 7 minutes. Let me just forget face and heel. Show me anything. Could we do a trade where we send Masawa to Saturday as a heel and we bring back a face? Is that possible? Is there anyone that would benefit on that brand by jumping? No, because this brand's kind of light as is. I mean, there's Takada, but Takada doesn't work on Mondays, which is why he's on this brand to begin with. No, there's not. There's no. We gotta figure something out for Masawa. We gotta figure out something for Masawa and something for Stan. Then we also have Vader, Bam Bam, Gordy, Jumbo. I mean, we could just run these back, but that feels really stale. Because that's like a lot of rematches from one pay-per-view to the next, which is a thing I hate in real life. And then we also have Rude, we have Marty. I feel like we have so many heels. Rick Rude. Yeah, Rick Rude. I don't know if have we done Rick Rude and Stan Hansen? I don't know that we have. they wrestled at Super Brawl in 94. So, I mean, it was a while ago. That was February of 94, and now it's May of 95. So it's been a minute. But they have wrestled before. They both got a 94, and the match got an 84. What the fuck was I doing? Vader and Stan versus Masawa and Rude, and then split it off. I mean, why would Masawa team with Rude? Rude already has a good friend in Marty Jannetty, as we all know. We could go really lazy. And you know what? We also have Negro Casas here in the heels, who's got 70 pop. So, like, we could do something with him. All right. What if we do... Oh, Negro Casas Invader is so weird. Please stop asking about Trios titles. One, those are on Super Viernes. Two, they are not going to help us. Just adding another spinning plate to deal with. Let's do... I think we probably just do Jumbo Gordy back. You know what? Maybe forget the Sting Pillman rematch, because that's just... It's so many rematches. Maybe instead we do... We could do Sting and Gordy. Who fucking won the Jumbo Gordy match? I don't even know the answer to that question. I know Vader beat Bam Bam. Jumbo, of course Jumbo won the match, which doesn't help us at all. Oh, Bam Bam beat Vader. All right, let's mix it up a little bit. This is how we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to give Bam Bam the Triple Crown shot, since he beat Sting's friend. And then we will do Vader versus Brian Pillman, which is a little different. We're just kind of swapping, but that's fine. It was DQ. We can do it on TV. We got 2 months. We can do something. And then we still have to figure out... I guess we're simply doing Jumbo Gordy again. And that somehow leaves us with Misawa and Rick Rude off the card, which doesn't make any sense because they're both heels. Everyone left off the card is a heel. That's not ideal. We've got Negro Casas, Ultimo. We've got Negro Casas. We've got Misawa, and we've got Rude and Jannetty, who are all heels. Oh, that's already 9 fucking matches? No, that's 8 matches. Yeah, I think we're turning Misawa, which, like, narratively doesn't make a ton of sense. But yeah, I suppose he could do a you can't beat him, join him thing with Kobashi and Inoki. Stan. Stan doesn't have a match. Okay. So Stan... Stan Misawa, no. Stan Rude, eh. Stan versus Negro Casas. How do we feel about this? Alright. Let's, one of these is gonna have to be a tag match or something. If we keep Rude and Jannetty as... I don't think Stan and Misawa can team again after the NWO stuff. No, nah, I don't know. Then I feel like we're just doing the NWO but babyface at that point. Let's do Rude and Marty versus... Although Stan and Masawa makes more sense than fucking Stan and Negro Casas or whatever the fuck else we would do. Yeah, fuck it. Rude and Marty versus Stan and Misawa. Turn Misawa. Alright, that was rough. That was probably the longest Notepad time we've ever had. But we got a card put together. That's what's important. And we've got a top of the card with Kobashi and Holy Demon Army on it. So that's cool. And El Dandy. WCW 1995 is a lot different than I remember in real life. Alright, and now we have to go right into a Nitro. We don't have to book out a tournament. We just gotta fucking do some shit. Alright, no nights off. Where are we going? Where have we been in a while? Nowhere. Okay, let's go Great Lakes. Last time we were here, we were in Ohio. So let's go to Michigan. Let's go to Joe Louis Arena. Okay, I want character idea from Manami Toyota. Okay, that's for Steve Williams, though. I want a character idea from Manami Toyota. Okay, that's a big... I want a character idea for Manami Toyota. Okay, I want a character idea for Manami Toyota. I want a character idea for Manami... I mean, alright. I mean, we got one more. Safe bet for Ric Flair. Great. Like, he's gonna fucking need it. Alright, that was a bad meeting, and you should all feel bad. But at least Dusty Rhodes and Misawa got along well. It's very funny that Misawa is on the booking team and also in, like, booking hell right now, because I don't know what to do with him. Taue and Chris Jericho found a karaoke machine. They definitely sang some, like, hair metal ballad. That's what I think they did a duet of. Like, Wanted Dead or Alive or some shit. Steve Austin's been hanging out with Rey Mysterio Jr. All right. Tenru did some training. Steamboat did some training. Megumi Kudo yelled at Lance Storm. Lance Storm. Right, Lance Storm's the morale officer. Right. Of course. How silly of me. Dusty and Dustin. All right, bing bong. Bad knees friendship. All right, locker room. What's up? Let's spawn some teams. All right, we got a lot of strengthens, and then we got some new tensions for. All right, Sabu's an asshole. Right. I should probably. Oh, between me and Sabu, he heard me muttering that he's an asshole under my breath, and he didn't like that. All right, we are going to open the show. Or not, probably won't open the show, but the first thing we're going to book is an Ultimo Dragon promo where he's basically going to say, I'm taking this light heavyweight title to all the brands in WCW. I want to wrestle all the best light heavyweights, the best light heavyweights in WCW, whether they're on Nitro Saturday. Are there any light heavyweight? Whether on Nitro Saturday, Super Viernes, I would wrestle them all. And there's going to be a tournament, and between all three brands, and the winner will get a shot at me at Great American Bash. Yeah, that would probably help. All right. All right, so as for the the Kobashi and Austin stuff, we're kind of in like no man's land where we're waiting for the next pay-per-view to happen. So let's see. Bam Bam. Oh, Bam Bam and Vader. Let's do that for the main event. Because we were just saying how it was a DQ finish. So we'll set that up for a rematch in the main event. But this time, Bam Bam's going to win. I mean, he's probably still going to cheat. You know, it's probably still like tainted. Which I'm scrolling way past for some reason. And we're probably also going to do like open slow build because I think Bam Bam's stamina is cooked. All right, great. Let's do a promo, send that up earlier. Vader, he mad. Bam Bam, you're a cheater. I talked to the WCW board of directors. They gave me permission to have a rematch. Blah blah blah. I think after, like, I think we're going to have to turn Bam Bam, no, it's not Bam Bam, Vader heel again soon. I feel like he's really just kind of turned into Sting's lackey. We're going to have to, you know, re-Vaderfy him soon. All right. Let's book a fucking match in the light heavyweight tournament. So let's see. Johnny Smith, you're a light heavyweight. Rey Mysterio, you're definitely a light heavyweight. Also, we probably want you to advance in this tournament. So let's put you out there. You have warm momentum. It's not very warm. So ideally, you would wrestle somebody who is recognizable. So there is Jerry Lynn. That would be a very good match. There is Negro Casas, but I don't think he's going to want to job to you. So let's give you Jerry Lynn. I think that will be good. $10 minutes. Cook. Let's do botched interference on Jerry by Paul. And let's hope Rey Mysterio can win. Jerry Lynn should be cool. Hey, Jerry Lynn's cool. Okay. What's up, Cracker Jack? Creative idea. Wow, we have all these wrestler-specific ones that we'll never use because they're all for good wrestlers who have momentum. All right, let's try these likelies. God help us. Failure, great. Let's try another one because there were two of them. I don't even... It's doing that thing where it's not showing me. It's warm. Okay, so that one worked. But it's still not enough. And I don't think Cynthia is recognizable. But she at least probably... Yeah, she has very warm momentum at least. Alright, let's... Alright, let's send Cynthia Moreno out there with, like, Eric Bischoff. Like, Cynthia Moreno, you finally defeated Bull Nakano at, Wrestle War. How does it feel to finally be at the top of the mountain? Or whatever. And then Cynthia will get, like, 2 words out, and then, Manami's gonna come out and fight her. Moreno interview interrupted by Toyota. Big brawl breaks out. Alright. Part 1 have Bull off screen? Sure. That'll probably help. Alright. Holy Demon Army probably also needs to, yeah. Yeah, they're both still unimportant. But God, Kawada's good. And he's so close. He's so close. Alright, let's give him a match. And he has very warm momentum, so we can put him out there. Let me see. Alright, looks like they need to wrestle some local talent. Like Ace Steel. Actually, yeah, yeah. Ace Steel, babyface. And Ace Steel will be teaming with his good friend, another person that can sell. Alright, no one can, like, definitely sell. They're all, like, theoretical. Ace Steel and Pablo Marquez. Come on down. You guys are about to get your asses kicked. Good luck. Give them to Kawada. Maybe this can get them to recognizable. Let's have the tag champs cut a promo, because they also just won titles. So I think they should just cut a promo about, like, man, when we first met, I never thought the day would come that me and you would win the tag team titles, but, look at us. Who thought we'd be here? Not me. Boy, a lot of the major stars are not booked. We should fix that. Oh, I've done nothing with the Nightmares. Ron probably needs to cut a promo, which is scary because I don't think Ron's a great talker. No, Ron is not a great talker. We have Ventura managing Sabu. He can't manage both of them. That would be weird. I like to think Regal's just being a babyface. He just needed a friend to loosen up. That's what I like to think. Until he turns heel on Owen, which is absolutely how this ends. Well, the ones that are actually mad at Ron are Dustin and Dusty, right? Because they thought he was a babyface on their side, and then he beat them up too. You know what? Maybe that's how we get around this. We have Dustin and Dusty be like, Ron Simmons, what the hell? And then he comes out and fights them, and then Sabu comes out and fights too. So let's do like 4 minutes. Actually, let's do like 3 minutes. Storyline development. Dustin and Dusty doing exactly what I said. Ron, what the fuck was that? We thought you were cool, bro. And then, actually, let's have him come out and it looks like he's about to talk. But before he can say anything, Sabu comes in and it just turns into a big fight. Sabu fighting. Ron fighting. Dustin fighting. Dusty is there. Dusty, don't fight. The Rhodeses call out Ron. He is about to explain himself, and then Sabu attacks everyone. This could be a running gag for like weeks, where Ron comes out and he tries to he also, it's a great part of why he's mad, so I think it works. Like, we could do 3 weeks running of him trying to cut his why Ron why promo, and then one of these 3 other guys keeps interrupting him, and then like finally 1 week he just like snaps. He's like, enough, enough. This is why I turned heel. Let me get a word out edgewise. God. All right. It looks like we get to just book like a big cool tag match because we don't have a lot of time left and we have all these dudes. So we got Stan. We got Sting, Stan, and Jumbo against Gordy, Pillman, and somebody. That sounds fun. Against Terry. Against Brian Pillman. We could put Masawa in this. That would, I mean, he's certainly the best guy left. Or Negro Casas, either of them. Kobashi should be... Is Kobashi not booked? Kobashi's not booked, is he? Alright, we can do a promo with him and Masawa, so I'm not going to put Masawa in this match. We'll do Negro Casas. We don't have a storytelling match either, so we're going to give this like 12 minutes storytelling. And let's give Terry Gordy the win here. Tainted. I would like him to pin Jumbo. I don't know that he can pin Jumbo. I don't know if he can pin anyone. They might be mad. Yeah, they're mad. Okay, alright. We were just kidding about Terry Gordy winning. Actually, what's going to happen is Sting is going to defeat Negro Casas. That's actually what's going to happen. Everyone's going to be cool with that. Okay, 83. All right, cool. We still have plenty of time. So let's do... yeah, we're turning Masawa. I didn't set him to turn, did I? Okay. So let's do an angle. It'll probably be like a backstage thing. It's going to be a tease. We have Antonio Inoki, you know, gassing up Kobashi. Like, I told you could do it. You thought my methods were hard, but that's what got you ready for Masawa, you know, etc., etc. And then Masawa's going to come in. Everyone's kind of get tense, gonna kind of, they think he's going to attack or something, and he's going to offer a handshake to Kobashi, kind of a little, not quite a passing of the torch, but he was like a year ahead of him or whatever in All Japan, so or maybe 2 years, I don't know. So it's kind of like a hey, you've made it, kid, like that kind of handshake, and then he's going to walk off. This is not quite a face turn, because he's going to shake his hand and they're going to be like confused about it. I'm just going to random my character development. That's fine. Misawa reluctantly shakes Kobashi's hand. All right. This is the most like angle heavy Nitro we've probably ever done. Let's start with the promo setting up the main event. That makes sense to me. And then cool 6-man tag. Go here. This Mosawa thing sounds like it seems like it should be like way later in the show. And this Ultimo promo seems like it should be way earlier in the show. All right. Rey Mysterio and Jerry Lynn really snuck its way up the card. Also, I should, for me in the future, although I guess it's not going to matter when I look at the results, is it? But in case it does, let's put it in. I don't know what the show 87. I have no idea. Okay, 86 for the opening promo. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Both guys did a good job. $88 for this like random 6-man tag. That's pretty good. pretty good. For a match where I was just like, oh yeah, I guess these guys should be on the show. 88 promo from Ultimo Dragon. Hello? Damn, bro. He might have to do the fucking, God, what do they call that in TNA when the X Division champion, Plan C or whatever? He's got to Plan C this light heavyweight title and just go after, like, Austin. 82 for this, that's fine. Actually, this over-delivered because we got 74, 78, and that somehow came out to an 82. Option C, Plan C, tomato. 64 for this. Pablo Marquez was rusty. Damn, Pablo. He got a 10. All right. Also, Dragon takes his mask off and reveals he's Austin Aries. Why couldn't you have picked Chris Sabin? He did it, and he was much less problematic. 80 for Owen and Regal. I mean, considering that these are not really promo guys, an 80, I'm very happy with an 80. Riley, what's up, man? Ooh, an 83 for Rey Mysterio and Jerry Lynn. Okay. 1995 might be a good year to push this Rey Mysterio fella. Oh, you can get a 0. You can. Listen, as mentioned, I was, I've been editing some of those early ROH episodes, and let me tell you, there used to be some low numbers on these streams. We used to be booking 4-corner survival matches that would get a 19. A little more star power. I got bit in the butt by my let's let the people fight longer thing because they were like, we don't like these people fighting that long. Still got a 63 though, which for these people I think is fine. It's not like any of these people were gonna cut a banger promo, so I think it's fine. 85 for us teasing a Misawa face turn. Woo! 95 main event for Bam Bam and Vader. Oh, thank you. I got episode 2 in the tank already. I wasn't sure if it was gonna do well, and it was like instantly my like I don't know if y'all upload on YouTube, but it gives you like where your videos rank, and it was instantly like #1, and I was like, oh, I guess people have been telling me for like a year and a half that my videos are too long. I guess that yeah, it makes sense that a shorter one would do well. The show got a 92. Hell yeah. Honestly, this show kind of cooked, even though it was like a really weird show. We almost made $1 million. And we're up in the Maritimes, baby. I'm also experimenting with even shorter content, like a YouTube short. We'll see how that does. Does anyone else make like TEW themed YouTube shorts? I don't think I've ever seen one. Oh, SMW doesn't have their TV deal anymore? Okay, well we need to fix that cuz they okay. Oh, Villano 3 got flabby. Nitro got a 1.2. Sure. Okay, let's. Ooh, sorry, I had to sneeze. Let's go check this out. Yeah, TW doesn't really lend itself well to shorts because it's the wrong aspect ratio and it's a lot of like small text and you know, nothing's happening on screen. But I tried to have fun with it. I actively looked for people playing TW to find you. Oh, well, good. I'm glad you found me. All right, what's no, this is what I want. I want child companies. Can we get you? Oh, you're still. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's for events. Okay. We'll negotiate. Yes. Search. Ooh, Prime Sports West would give. It's only tiny, but it would give us coverage everywhere, which would be a huge over the sports channel, which was only giving us Southeast. Yeah. Prime Sports West. Let's do that. Oh yeah, for sure. Like TEW, you have to be a fan of pro wrestling and a fan of like text-based simulators, and that inner circle on the Venn diagram it's pretty small. It's a pretty small circle. TV is longer than the. Okay, we can make the show shorter. We can make the show shorter. Company info, booking team, inner circle, schedule. No. How do I edit their fucking TV? Oh, it's off air. That's how. All right, let's try 90 minutes. Although we would also be fine with an hour. New deal for SMW TV. Okay, they are cool with that. They don't want to give us a late evening spot. Oh, they don't want to deal that long. A 9... Oh, let's see. What's better, early evening or late night? Chat, should we do early evening or late night? Hey, we gave him 90 minutes, okay? It's only 30 minutes off your show, Jim. Calm down. Early evening, okay. Wow, they're willing to give us 40%. All right, cool. All right, I don't really know what Prime Sports West is. I assume this is one of these channels that like eventually became one of the regional sports networks. But for whatever reason, at this time, it's at least covered nationally. So that's big for us because that now everyone in Dev will at least get some pop, like all over the country, instead of just the Southeast. And they're also very small in the Southwest and Hawaii. So maybe SMW will become will become big in Honolulu. What a weird sentence. There you go, Jim. I got you a real TV deal. You're welcome. What does UWF TV look like in 1995? Tully Blanchard and Steve Ray, sure. Tully, I can't believe this is what you chose. They're on FX. Herb Abrams got a TV deal on FX. Dang. Although I will say, with the opening promo and then the main event, he is certainly the star of that promotion. Prime Sports Network has died in 1996. All right, well, listen, we've got a year. It's only a 9-month contract, so maybe that's why they were like, "Listen, man, don't sign a year contract. We're gonna be fucking dead. Just 9 months." According to Wikipedia, Prime Sports eventually merged into Fox Sports Net. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. House showing up. Oh, 100 fans. We're cracking 3 digits on these Canada shows. All right, let's book Saturday night. We were in Southeast very, very recently. Also in the Mid-Atlantic very recently. Tri-State. Sure. Last time we went to the Spectrum. This time we are going to the Izod Center. Alright. I still want a character idea from Anami Toyota. Alright, cool. But, like, I still want a character idea from Anami Toyota. Okay, but, like, I still need a character idea from Anami Toyota. Okay, I mean, that's good. It's for Bam Bam Bigelow, though, and I need a character idea for Manami Toyota. Okay, near certainty for Ricky Steamboat, but that's not Manami. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Rockin' Rebel. Speak of the devil. He is that's what the YouTube short's about. It's about my Rockin' Rebel story. We're not gonna book Rockin' Rebel. I don't know if you guys know this about Rockin' Rebel. Not a good guy. I think he's currently in prison. Mikey Whipwreck. All right, now Mikey Whipwreck can hang out. George Hines, Bobby Fulton's sibling. Yeah, man. You want to do some JOBs? Sure. Yeah, the only way to get banned from the Fire Pro League was just be like an unbeatable character. Especially if you were like unbeatable in matches that were very one-sided, because it's like, this isn't even, no one's having a good time here. Terry Funk yelled at Lance Storm. Tenru passed off microphone tips to his protege Jun Akiyama. Okay. Mikey Whipwreck showed up and just to set up a. He didn't even ask to work. He was just like, "Hey, can I come backstage and set up a waffle bar?" And we were like, "Yeah, I guess. Sure, man." All right. All right, so Slamboree is next on the docket now. That's the Saturday show. As a reminder, the things we're booking to on that are Austin defending the world title against Arn, the Signers defending the tag titles against Tenru and Rick Martel, Flair and Steamboat in a singles match. What a wild idea. Eddie's having a casket match with Vampiro. Cactus is going to take on Dr. Death. Shamrock will take on Severin in a. Maybe that'll be some kind of stupid match too. Do like a Lion's Den match or whatever. Kurt Hennig will take on Avalanche, and Battle Cat will take on JPL in the Twitch chat meme offer match. All right, last week, Shamrock and Dr. Death beat Dan Severn and Cactus. Steiner's tell Tenru Martel they'll wrestle them whenever, wherever. They're meant to be together. Arn Anderson beat Okawa. JPL beat the Italian Stallion. What a show this was. Ric Flair beat Joey Maggs. Steamboat promo. Ric Flair will pay for this. Sure. Tenru and Martel beat the Fantastics. Eddie Guerrero beat. Eddie demands match with Vampiro, but womp. He gets Mortis. Okay. Let's give Eddie a promo. Where he's basically going to be like, Vampiro, you think I'm scared of all your spooky wooky nonsense. You think, oh, the lights go out, you come out with a casket, you put a clone of me in the casket. But you know what? I'm not scared. I'll take you on. I'll be you at your own game, Vampiro. At Slamboree, I'm challenging you to a casket match. All right, let's do. Okay, I would like to do a thing where Ricky Steamboat comes back at the end of the show. So let's do Rick Martel, Tenru, and JPL taking on the Steiners and Battle Cat. What a match. Okay. Is this the? You know what? I don't know. It's not Battle Cat J. Maybe this is a mid card storytelling match. No, the Horsemen are obviously winning because they've got a fourth person with Ric Flair who's going to interfere. JPL can win. I think. We'll see. Battle Cat might say no. Interference on Battle Cat from the Nature Boy. Yeah, no, he's cool. All right, and then we're going to have Steamboat come back and make the save. So we'll make this like 4 minutes. Surprise, because Steamboat's back. He was gone one whole week. So let's do Rick, attacker. Tenru, attacker. Rick Martel, attacker. John Paul, attacker. Battle Cat, victim. Rick Steiner, victim. Scott Steiner victim. Ricky Steamboat, make it a save. Steamboat returns to save Steiner's and Battle Cat from beatdown. Okay. Arn has been like... No, Arn's just kind of been winning matches. Well, I did have him cut a promo at some point where he was like, it's time for me to go after the title, right? 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 Yeah. It's time for Arn to step out of Rick Shadow. Okay. All right. So I think we just do a Arn and Steve Austin promo. Make this storyline development and then also make sure they're in the world title scene. Yes, Arn's in it. Okay, great. Arn's gonna, now that Steve, you defend that title at Wrestle War. Congratulations on your victory, but it's time for you to defend the title against me. And it's time for, basically repeating the promo. Time for me to step out of Rick Shadow, finally win the world title that's eluded me for so long. Blah blah blah. And then Steve's gonna be like, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Steamboat, old man. That, your peak was 10 years ago. It's 1995. It's time for Gen X to run things. You look like you're 50 years old. What? Arn probably wouldn't take that. This is probably a 3-minute promo that breaks down into a 5-minute fight. You call Arn an old loser. He might pull the Glock out on you. That's not the only competition that he can get, but it's the only competition he can get. Actually, I guess his last defensive were Steamboat, Stan Hansen, and Arn Anderson. Yeah, I guess he's the legend killer Steve Austin. I hadn't thought about it that way. I mean, listen, his promo is just a shoot. It's a new era. We're trying to get a new guy over, Oh, Avalanche and Kurt. What have you guys been up to? Sherry hits on Hennig. Arn Anderson and Kurt Hennig defeat Avalanche and Dave Finlay. Avalanche and Sherry bicker after the match. Avalanche yells at Kurt to stay out from his woman. Kurt is confused. Sure. Alright. Let's do Kurt Hennig having a match. Having a match against Tracy Smothers. And during said match, Sherry Martel is at ringside, much to Kurt's chagrin. And then after the match, we'll have Sherry get in the ring. This is probably all dramatic acting. We'll see how this goes. Get in the ring and not like flirt with her, but just be like, oh, congratulations, great match, Kurt. And Kurt's basically just going to like put his hands up and be like, nope. And then we will send Avalanche out, who will be rated on intimidation, because he's fucking pissed. Cherry congratulates Kurt on his victory. Avalanche big mad. We got Cactus. Right, Terry Funk is having a shitty feud with Richard Slinger, where neither of them, where they can't have a singles match because they don't have chemistry. Right, I'm glad I kept that going. All right. The Akiyama thing was kind of dropped, but I guess we could juice it back up, I guess. It's not on the pay-per-view or anything. Alright. Ken Shamrock and Nick Bockwinkel are going to challenge Dan Severn to a Lion's Den match at Slamboree. No, I did not see the new King. I mean, I saw that they're doing it, but no, I have not seen the new King of the Hill season. Let's give Terry a match. Oh, George Hines. That's why you're here, George Hines. Six minutes. Actually, isn't Terry a babyface? Am I fucking this up? Yeah, I'm fucking this up. He shouldn't be wrestling George Hines. Although we can simply make George Hines a heel. Yeah, it's fine. Beat George Hines. That's fine. George, you're a heel tonight, brother. And then let's have Slinger. I don't know what I'm going to do about Slinger and Funk. At some point, it probably has to become a tag. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. Richard Slinger fighting. Terry fighting. Funk Slinger. Post-match brawl. Folks, are you ready for not one, but two George Hines matches? As they wrestle the Italians on the pre-show. Alright, we really need to book matches for the rest of the show. So we got Cactus, who is feuding Dr. Death. I think they had a tag match last week. But I also feel like we've already done, like, singles wrestler does thing, and then afterwards they fight. So maybe let's do a 3-on-3. Let's do Dr. Death. Let's do Jun Akiyama and a third person against Cactus, Eddie, and Doug. Why is Kid Cat? Did we call Kid Cash? Chat, why did we bring Kid Cash up? What were we cooking with that? Who needs it in this U.S. title feud? Battlecat. Battlecat is not in that anymore. Is Battlecat and JPL not even a feud? Apparently not. Do I have a no? I do have a storytelling match, so these guys can just have a match. You know what? I went in there to check that, and then I didn't look at who needed the fucking win. Neutral. They're probably both neutral. No, Cactus needs to win. Okay, Cactus can pin Razor Ramon. Give Mortis a win. He has no pop. Well, that's a kind of the problem is that he has no pop. Like he has so little pop that our crowd's gonna be like, we're mad that we have to watch Mortis. Although he has warm momentum, but is there someone recognizable he could beat? I mean, he could beat one of the Fantastics. That's although him and Vampiro could beat the Fantastics. I think they probably have done that, but they can do it again. How many times? Oh, I've never booked this. Okay, great. Let's put Mortis over. They might be mad about that, but let's give them the W. Great, beautiful. What a what a show. Let's actually open with the Steamboat Return. That's a hot open. And then swing Shamrock down here. Oops. Yeah, this is fine. Oh. I didn't book a main event. I booked this match and then was like, that's not a main event, and then I didn't book a main event. I just chat, I just didn't book a main event. I was literally booking this like there was a main event up here, and there wasn't. All right, let's putting this back up here, putting this back up here. Let's start with Arn and Steve Austin. I doubt we have a Jean-Paul Levesque creative finish, but I bet we have a generic one that we can use. Likely. Oh no, are they all? Oh, they're all likelies. Fuck, that's not good. We have a Tenru near certainty. Oh, sorry JPL. Big Dog's getting the win here. Even with that, I don't really have faith in this show. I don't know, 85. Should the main be like 15 and not storytelling? Yes, that's a good point. That's a good point. Are we over? Yeah, we're over. No, we're not over. What are we getting yelled at about? Too much John Polovic. Alright, not 16. Ha, we were just kidding when we said 16. What we really meant was 14. No. What we really meant was 12. That's probably still too much. And then the other 6-man tag can be storytelling. Perfect. No notes. Yeah, like an 84. This is not a good show. I wanted to see if George Hines and Richard Slinger had chemistry. They don't. Could have been a fun thing for George Hines. Fun way to like work him into the stories or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. At 62 on this random dark match is not bad though. 100 promo for Arn and Steve. They fucking cooked. Hell yeah, dude. This wasn't just a promo either. This was promo and then a big brawl. So the crowd was just into it. 76 for the Coven and the Fantastics. Vampiro and Mortis is a very funny team. Because like in my head, I don't think of Mortis and Vampiro being that far apart, but man, Vampiro is like a star and Mortis is a jabron. 71 for the Shamrock promo. That is fine. 81 for this U.S. title / Akiyama versus Gilbert's feud 6-man tag. Math not mathing. So we're kind of happy to take this, to be honest. A 90 for the Eddie promo. Oh, Eddie promo was right after that. I didn't even think about that. Those guys should have been like background. He should have like came out. All right, in our heads, he came out and said this right to their, or not right to their faces, but they were probably in the ring and he was probably like at the top of the stage or whatever. Anyway, a good promo from Eddie. 70 for our second George Hines match of the evening. That's fine. And 80 for Slinger and Terry Funk fighting. Then a 70 for our squash match. How's our dramatic acting thing doing? 82? You know what? That's fine. For like 2 people acting and 1 person doing intimidation, I will take an 82. This main event got a 90. We got a 90 rated match with Battle Cat and John Paul Levesque in it. Granted, some very heavy lifting done here by Tenryu and the Steiners, and particularly Scott Steiner. Tenryu got a 95 and Scott got a 94. But this over-delivered so big. I was terrified that this was going to get like an 82, which would have like tanked our show. Also, we're starting the JPL and Battlecat feud with a 90 rated match. That's going to be a super hot feud. Oh my god. We've done it again. And then an 84 for Steamboat coming back. JPL, as always, doing a bad job during a beatdown segment. Repeatedly just bad at stomping people. I don't know how that keeps happening. 92. I can't believe. I cannot believe this show got a 92. That's wild. Well, I was talking about how Wrestle War was like, oh, this show got 100, but it probably actually maybe deserved 100. This show did not deserve 92. All right, made 600 grand. We went up in Kyushu, baby. We haven't done a show in Japan in a while. If Kobashi was winning that title match with Steve Austin, I would maybe think about doing. Although again, Great American Bash, probably not running that in Kyushu. That's probably a crime. I think we're only going to get through 1 week of stuff because we spent so much fucking time on the Notepad. Check Mortis Pop. I mean, I can't imagine beating the Fantastics did that much for him, but sure, we can check. House show in Saskatchewan. I mean, yeah, he's up about 4 points since last month, so yeah, I guess it did do something for him. Oh, there are mucho villanos. Villano 4. Villano 4 is pretty good. And he has pop in the US. I mean, we should definitely fucking sign him. Villano 5, who's older than 4. He's not nearly as good. Villano 6, pretty bad. Villano 7. 7's okay, but he has no pop at all. I mean, 4. We're signing 4. I guess exclusive written, sure, it doesn't matter. You have loyalty to UWA? Brother. Oh, you are working UWA, okay. Yeah, I mean, handshake, sure. Oh, he still needs a downside? Alright, whatever, man. I think it's funny that you still have to wait to hear back from people for handshake deals. It's a handshake, bro. Just agree to it or don't. Alright. We tried to show in America last time for Super Viernes, and it kind of worked, but it was also kind of sketchy. So we're probably going to go back to Road to Mexico for these shows. And we need to crank these numbers down. Alright. It sucks that there's only like 2 or 3. I guess we're going to Centro again. We can't. Well, I was gonna say we can't run Arena Mexico, but I guess 11,000 and 16.8. It's we'd have to like put some tarps up, but it wouldn't be that bad. Also, I guess if a company bought CML in real life, would they, like, they would buy Arena Mexico, right? Like, that would be part of it. Like, we should own this venue, right? We should be able to run every fucking show at Arena Mexico. Anyway, we're going to run Arena Mexico. Villano 5 is older because he finished college after Villano 4. Okay. Alright. You guys aren't going to believe this, but I want a character idea for Manami Toyota. Hey! Yeah, we're talking. Alright, give me some finishes. Oh, okay. Friday is where we get the good ones. Alright. Okay, we started hot, and then we kind of tapered off a little bit there. Cybernetico has showed up. A 20-year-old Cybernetico. Is he any good? Yeah. Yeah, he's got some brawling, a little bit of aerial. He's not popular. Yeah, we're probably going to pass, bro. Well, he could probably job. Whatever. If we use him, we use him. If we don't, we don't. Cholo wants to hang out. I don't know you. Brazo yelled at Lance Storm. Randy Savage, yeah, Paraguayo, he wants to, yeah. Steamboat did some training. There's a lot of people that get training on this brand, which makes sense. There's a lot of young guys here. All right. Last week we had Vampiro and Eddie show up to boost the LA show. That makes sense. Roddy and Paraguayo versus Randy and Villano went like not as good as we had hoped. I guess American Love Machine needs to be like in this tournament. If we're doing, maybe we're just kind of forgetting about that angle. Kinect is getting heavyweight match with Super Astro soon. We should probably just do that. Mainly because I want Kinect to be the champion. Because he is over and, you know, promos and is good and stuff. Yeah, he should. Yeah. Well, he's not bad. You know what? He doesn't have to win it tonight. We could do a fuck finish. We're not above that here in Super Viernes. $16 for the CMLL World Heavyweight title. Open. Super Astro is going to win by disqualification. We're gonna do a good old fashioned like Rudo foul finish. Oh, Kinect is furious. Kinect is furious. You know what? I will say he is a lot more over in America, which doesn't super matter because we're running the shows in. Actually, he's like 15. You know what? Yeah, he should just win. You know what? He's mad for a reason. All right, El Kinect, tainted victory. Since, you know, he's a rudo. And then afterwards, we can have him celebrate. And then get into a fight with Super Astro, who's mad. Nick celebrates title win. Astro. I hope this match is good. I don't really have a handle on this roster yet. The Villano we signed isn't here yet. He had to think about the handshake deal I gave him. I don't know. No, we should do a light heavyweight title tournament match. That's what we should do. Blue Panther and El Dandy should absolutely both. So let me think about this: Blue Panther, El Dandy, and then American Love Machine. So it would mostly be a tournament for this brand, but I mean that's fine. That's where all the good light heavyweights are. All right, let's give El Dandy a tournament match. We could give him the Tech Masterclass. I mean, him and Gran Hamada just straight up having a match seems rad. I think I'm going to do that. Who am I to doubt El Dandy? Alright. Astro Connect, Panther, and Norman. I mean, it should probably be Panther and Norman. Norman is technically a light heavyweight, right? That should be the tournament match. Or that he could beat Norman again via cheating, and Norman can be more mad. What do you mean Richard Slinger has a shitty feud with Terry Funk? He's doing stuff. You keep telling me he's not doing stuff. He's doing stuff. Savage and Aguayo. Yeah. Okay. I still need high spots or steal the show. That's fine. Too much Super Astro and too much Connect. Okay. Let's make this shorter, especially the second part. Still using them too much. Okay. I guess we'll make the match shorter. Now it's only Super Astro. Well, I'm not making it any shorter than that, so I guess it is what it is. Blue Panther and Norman Smiley. 10 minutes. I'm going to make this a storytelling match, even though it doesn't need to be. Blue Panther is going to get a tainted win. Then afterwards, Norman is going to cut a promo about how Blue Panther, you're one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, but I don't know what's gotten into you. It would be a disgrace if you won this light heavyweight title tournament. He's gonna call him a fraud. Upset Norman calls Panther a fraud. Says it would be a disgrace if he wins the tournament. Okay. All right, everyone's being slightly. Yeah. We need to steal the show or a high spots match, which we could. That shouldn't be a problem. Did we have a team that we had picked for going after the tag titles? I don't think we did. Well, it's a good thing we signed that other Villano. Although it wouldn't hurt to keep giving Oro and Plata wins. They could probably go for the titles too. Oro, Plata. Neither one of them are recognizable. My favorite luchador mask. Penta's got a lot of cool ones. I don't know. I don't have like an immediate answer to that. I'd have to think about it. Lasertron is recognizable. Piper is recognizable. Okay. I mean, I'm sure Lasertron, but I mean, he's gotta keep wrestling these guys. He's all right. We did the, I know for a fact we did this match with Chavo already, and Chavo like stunk. So let's have Lasertron team with someone else. Isn't Plata the one? Yeah, he sure is. Look, man, there's like 7 belts on this show. There's 7 belts and 90 minutes a week. There's only so much we can do. Let's give Lasertron in there with Psychosis. Why not? Here, Plata, you're the welterweight champ. For the record, this is also how CMLL looks. They have a million titles, and they, someone will hold the welterweight title for like 2 years and defend it like 3 times. That's just how they do stuff. All right. I'm so glad we changed the product. I'm so glad we changed the product on this show. With that said, we are going to add some promos here. Because we have Piper and Villano. I guess that's probably going to be dropped when with the other Villano. Oh, well, that could be part of this storyline. Yeah, let's, God, does Villano do promos? That's a great question. Yeah. All right, let's have him do a promo that's a tease where he's basically like, Roddy Piper, I'm going to have a big surprise for you next week here on Super Viernes. Diablo Roja had the belt MJF won between 2017 and 2012 and defended it like 9 times. Yeah, totally. A guy has a belt and he just kind of holds it, and then once in a while they'll be like, oh, that belt he has. He can defend it, I guess. Villano 3 will have a surprise for Piper next week. And then we have Savage and Aguayo. Savage here attacks Aguayo. Pero Felino. Piper and Pero are teaming up. Call out Savage and Villano. Alright, they should probably they have not had their singles match yet, so let's send them out there for 6 minutes and hype a match. Aguayo, Savage, promo, hyping up match in the future. Negro Costa. It kind of seems like Negro Costa should be in this tournament, huh? Since he just lost, but also he would just lose. Yeah, he could wrestle American Love Machine, but we also don't need to do that this week. How much time do we need? We need like 15 more minutes. Well, we do need a match. Actually, I don't. Maybe he will wrestle American Love Machine this week. Yeah, fuck it. $12 minutes. I would like American Love Machine to win, but Negro Casas might be like, no. But he needs to, because we've had 2 heels advance and 1 babyface, so we need American Love Machine to advance, so it's 2 faces and 2 heels in the next round. So hopefully Negro Casas is cool with this. Title not on the line, that's fine. He is furious. Okay, alright, okay, alright, okay. Are there any... What is American Love Machine? Do you have momentum? Oh, you have very warm momentum. Oh, he can wrestle anybody. He doesn't have to wrestle Negro Casas. He could wrestle whoever is more over between Taka Michinoku and Chris Candido. That was not a... That was... They're about the same. Let's give him... Actually, he might have wrestled one of them already, too. Let's give him Chris Candido. Let's drop this down to 10 minutes. Zodiac, brother. I'm gonna start calling you fucking Richard Slinger. Are you his agent or something? There's non-stop pitches for the guy. When Richard Slinger's not on screen, people should be going, where's Richard Slinger? It's not light heavyweight title, light heavyweight tournament. What do we need? We need 3 more minutes? Negro Casas, you didn't want a job. Here's a promo. What's your promo about? Probably being left out of this tournament. You're mad. You're angry. You can't believe the injustice of the world. Maybe mention Richard Slinger. I don't know. All right, that's a show. That's a show. All right, we gotta open with the Tech Master class. That was Dandy and Hamada. This Negro Casas thing should probably be after all the other light heavyweight matches, so that's like all the way up here. Villano promo won't be... Well, I was gonna say it won't be great. Maybe it will be good. I don't know. No say. American Love Machine, Grass Astro, Upset Norm. Oh, that's not where that goes. I am just... Alright, let's get this here. No idea. I'm really worried about this Super Astro and El Connect main event. In fact, do we have a finish? Like a... I know we just checked this, but I did get that 1 year certainty. Yeah, I'm going to use it. I do not trust these guys going to the main event. How many people are overused? Only Norman Smiley. Oh, and Super Astro. All right, well. 83... 84... I don't know. 84... I mean, we're starting with an 81. That is good. I thought Gran Hamada would, like, do better on shows in Mexico, but I guess not. I guess not. He's no El Dandy. Okay, I was right. I was right to doubt this Villano promo. This was not good. We got a 48 on that. Cool. 73 for Chris Candido and American Love Machine. That's pretty good. Candido is getting better at his gimmick, which, if I remember correctly, is like mean foreigner or something like that. Hamada is cooked. Yeah, I mean, he is in like his mid 40s or whatever, but I don't know. Sometimes, these lucha guys, they're like 50 years old, and you're like, oh, they're still pretty good, Okay, we got an 81 for these guys. This is another one that I always think will do better, but that's kind of been Savage's whole thing. Really, ever since we've signed him. I keep going, oh, here comes that 90 promo, and it doesn't happen. He gives me 81s over and over again. Oh. Okay, well, this is why Plata's the welterweight champion. He's out here getting 80s. Honestly, all these guys did well. 82 promo for Negro Casas, just coming out here with a valid complaint. Yeah, this is why Savage is in Mexico, yeah. Yeah, I was going to put Eddie and Vampiro, two Mexican stars on the Mexican brand, or, two guys who were stars in Mexico. Vampiro's Canadian. And then the chat was like, no, put Randy Savage. I don't know how y'all talked me into that one. 74 for Blue Panther and Norman. Crowd was actually more into it than the match was good. That's interesting. What are our changes? Oh, he's a wiggle master now, of course. He's very good at his wiggle master gimmick. True and true. Also, I've just realized, after all this time in this mod, that Norman seems to be wearing some kind of, like, a singlet or maybe suspenders in this photo? Never noticed that before. His Wiggle Master gimmick is very marketable. True. 70. Honestly, for a Norman Smiley promo in Mexico, I will take a 71. For sure. Oh, even with the creative finish, it's got a 76. That's rough. Okay. Connect got a 64 and Astro got a 63. So it wasn't even like one of them shit the bed. They're both just kind of not great. Connect's really over, though. But that didn't really help us here. Then we got a 66 for our closing segment. That's going to tank this show. 82. You know what? Considering the main event got a 76, I will... not a single blue segment. That's rough. That's rough. Alright, well, based on how our heavyweight title scene is going with, like, Connect and, like, Savage and stuff, this might just be a light heavyweight dominated brand, I think this might be a brand where El Dandy gets to shine. Also, he's absolutely... Oh, I think I accidentally right-clicked. Fuck. Alright, well... Ooh, young Kevin Kelly jump scare. I think El Dandy has to win this tournament, right? Because Panther... We could get Panther out. We could have, like, Norman distract him or something. And then you could do, like... I think, like, a Love Machine Dandy final would be fun. Or even a Ray final. Either one, really. Eddie and Vampiro wouldn't have been relegated to purgatory. They would have been the top acts in the company. That was my plan. Like, because, Like, not because they're stars in Mexico and they're stars in America, right? They're like, so it would have helped us on both ends, especially Vampiro. Eddie is actually not that over in Mexico in the game because we signed him so early. Ron is ripped. All right, cool. Super Viernes is our highest rated show. Because Nitro and Saturday Night get like 800 to 900,000. Super Viernes gets 1.1 million. So who's in purgatory now? It's mostly because of the Televisa deal in Mexico. But hey, listen, it's a global company, okay? Well, Gypsy Joe passed away. Aw. Don't look at me like that, Lee Marshall. Have they announced anything for Dean 3 other than the Mad Dog match? And I guess this Gypsy Joe Invitational that I'm just now hearing about? CW USA have made a contract offer to Al Perez. Cool. House Show Manitoba. See, 900,000 for Saturday night. That's all I'm saying. Super Viernes did a little more. Don't all these shoot promotions start like dying by 1995? I feel like those right? Like I feel like those should stop being a thing. Although, there's not going to be anything scripted into the game for them to stop existing. So maybe we're going to live in a weird alternate universe where shoot style never die, baby. Lee Marshall did the voice of the Disney Haunted Mansion? Grok, is this true? Like, there's no way pro wrestling Fujiwara Gomi was still going in 1995, right? Like that, that can't be. That can't be. What's ECW looking? Oh, the Convicts beat Mist. ECW is another one. It's just gonna be stuck in 1992 the whole time. It's just that it's not gonna become the thing that everyone remembers it. Rings died in 2002. God damn. Well, Rings became like an actual shoot promotion at some point, right? PWFG died in 96. Okay, so like soon. I wasn't that far off. Like, I think some of the old Rings shows are on like UFC Fight Pass. Like, at some point, their footage got bought by them somehow. Do I have another Nitro in me? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do another Nitro. Oh, I keep accidentally right-clicking. Oh! Alright, apparently we're running to the Florida Bank Atlantic Center tonight, and I had no say in the matter. And the pre-show incidents, we're not going to see those either, because I accidentally right-clicked one thing, and it skipped 3 fucking things. That's fucked up. Alright, I guess finishes. We don't really have any good, just generic ones. You know what? I didn't use that character idea from Manami Toyota, did I? I think I still have it banked. I got a couple safe bets. I'll take that. 3 safe bets. That's actually pretty good. Misawa and Ventura got along. Okay. Good. Eddie Golden. Eddie Golden's kind of good. Yeah, sure. One night deal. UWFI also died. Okay, so 96 is the year they all die. Okay, I'm a year early. Bill Tab. I don't know who you are, and I don't trust a man with this blurry of a photo, so you got to go away. Joe Savoldi. No, you got to go away. Bobby Heenan and Ted Turner were getting along well backstage. All right, cool. Sean Waltman ribbed everybody. Kyohei Wada pulled a rib on Marty Jannetty. All right, bold. Dusty's still helping Dustin. Training. Jimmy Jet and Chris Jericho are travel buddies. Kobashi and Manami Toyota got in a blazing argument. Whew! All right, we're coming off of 92 last week. I think we're going to get a promo from the Dangerous Alliance, which, as we all know, is Paulie, it's Brian Pillman, it's Bam Bam Bigelow. I guess Jerry Lynn and Mike Awesome could be in the background not saying anything. But basically, they're going to cut promos on Sting and on Vader, and Bam Bam's basically going to be like, now, Pillman is going to graciously offer, I should get a rematch at the Triple Crown, blah, blah, blah. Sting couldn't actually beat me. But after your 2 victories over Big Van Vader, I think you, Bam Bam, deserve the next shot at the Triple Crown. And then, that's basically what this promo is going to be about. Can we change that? I actually don't know if we can change that from the in-game editor. I feel like you need to do that from the big editor, and in which case we couldn't do it at this point, but I don't know if that's true or not. You could do it in the big editor. I'm just saying I don't think you could do it from like the in-game one, in which case the change wouldn't go into effect anyway. Let's see here. Holy Demon Army should probably just keep winning matches, but we don't really have any just like jabron tag teams for them to beat. I guess we can get more locals. Holy shit, Abyss! You can do it for the game? Okay. B. Brian Blair. I don't know if he wants to work for us. He might be mad at us still. No, he's cool. Alright, B. Brian Blair. You are going to team... You are going to team... with Buck Quartermain. The new Killer Bees, baby! So we got Brian and Buck, the Killer Bees, taking on Taue and Kawada. And just getting absolutely fucking killed. I mean, just annihilated. Kawada, are you recognizable yet, dog? Oh, we got to be so close though. And you got the momentum. Wrong, Brian. Oh fuck. Oh, good catch. Good catch. That would have been fucking devastating. Now I have 2 Buck Quarter. I'm panicking. B. Brian Blair. Much better. Not Brian Blair. B. Brian Blair. All right, there we go. Hey, you know what? You know what these guys should do? You know what these guys should do after they win this match? They should do a little belt motion. That's what they should do. All right. We gotta book something with like Misawa and Kobashi where they like he's not turning yet, but we have to keep like hinting at it, right? So we have to do something. Let me think, because Kobashi's getting the title shot, but we're not really saying that yet. We can do something where they are on this opposites. It has to be interference or like opposite sides of a tag, but I don't hate opposite tag sides of a tag. Let's do Kenta Kobashi. Let's see, Jumbo. Let's do him and Jumbo against Terry Gordy and Mitsuharu Misawa. Let's do that. A match we've probably booked already. Not as a straight tag. I'll take it. This is probably good. I was gonna give this storytelling, but this is probably a main event. This is a good ass match. All right, so let's do 16. The finish has to be something like I'm trying to think of a finish where Misawa doesn't blatantly turn babyface, but teases one for the future. Like Gordy wants him to cheat, but he won't do it. But that seems a little hacky. But I don't have anything better. Either way, it sounds like Jumbo's. Let's have Kobashi pin Gordy. And let's call it like. I guess he could have partner miscommunication with Gordy. That makes sense. Because they're not getting along. Because he's starting to, become more like a babyface. He doesn't get along with mean old Terry Gordy. Did you start the tag titles feud? I don't think so. And it's probably, honestly, I should do it now because I'll forget. But also, we kind of shouldn't because we don't really want to start it with like a shitty squash match and a shitty belt motion. But I won't remember next week, so we should just do it. Or we could just take Marty and Rude out and add. That's probably the way to go. That's probably the way to go. All right. Rude and Marty are going to wrestle Stan and Misawa when Misawa turns babyface. All right. So we should probably start a thing with Rude and Stan where like let's let me all right. Let me look at this real quick. American Nightmares. Tag titles, Trouble Crown scene. What is Stan in? Stan's in the world title scene, right? Yeah, no, let's get him out of that. You don't need him in that. And Rude, we just took Rude out of the tag title. Okay, let's add a storyline. Nitro. Stan versus Rude and Marty. Stan, Rick, Rude, Marty Jannetty. I'm sure Misawa's still in the one with Kobashi for now. No, because we put Kobashi. No, we didn't put him. He's in the triple. Oh, he's in the fucked up Triple Crown scene thing. Yeah, that's fine. We'll keep him in there for now. All right. Here's my plan for this. But if you align them, it won't. Yeah, that's fine. Now that they're in a storyline that has heat already, now that we're simply stealing heat from the other feud, it's fine. I'm going to do Marty Jannetty versus Stan Hansen. That's what I'm going to do. What a match. 8 minutes. I'm going to give them storytelling. Stan is going to beat Marty Jannetty, as he should. And then after the match, he's going to get beat up by Rick Rude and Marty Jannetty. Rude and Marty beat down Stan. I think Sting and Vader should simply cut a promo. I guess kind of replying to what Pillman and Bam Bam said earlier, where basically, Vader's going to be like, Bam Bam Bigelow, you had 2 cheap victories over me. That didn't prove anything. But my man, the Stinger, he could beat you no matter what. And when, he's going to prove that he's a better man by defending the Triple Crown against you. Oh, do I really want to set that up this early? Because, God, it's still like 2 months until the pay-per-view. Maybe this promo is more like, Bam Bam Bigelow, I don't care that you think you deserve a Triple Crown shot. You don't deserve crap. I think we do the thing I said last Nitro. I think Ron comes out to cut his promo, and before he can get 2 words out edgewise, he's out there fighting with Dustin and Sabu. Ron tries to cut a promo, but once again, he is brawling with Dustin and Sabu. We could do the Rey Mysterio semifinal match. We could just turn brands off and get those guys over here. That sounds fun. All right, so let me think about this. Does Rey or American Love Machine go to the final? I guess that's really the question. Rey is starting to get over in America, and he doesn't really have pop in Mexico. American Love Machine is almost the same pop in America and much more over in Mexico. So I think American Love Machine has to go to the finals, which means Rey is losing to the eventual tournament winner, El freaking Dandy. Actually, maybe he's not, because I don't think either one of these guys are recognizable. So Rey probably has to go to Super Viernes. Now that I'm really thinking about this. Yeah, unimportant. War momentum. El Dandy. War momentum. Oh, El Dandy is recognizable. Oh, hell yeah. Alright. I kind of want to tell them to cook, but I don't... El Dandy's a tech guy. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to cook the best. I'm just getting the 10-minute match. Dandy wins. El Dandy, are you a promo guy? Okay. Yes. You speak fluent English? Yes. Okay. I mean, he's winning this, so we can just add him to the fucking thing. Bigger Casas, you're out. El Dandy, you're in. Let's go with a promo. Is gonna win this tournament and then win the light heavyweight title. 6-minute El Dandy promo on Nitro in Florida. What could go wrong? Owen and Regal, Ultimo. Damn, those three guys could just like team together. That'd be sick. Also, the women haven't been booked. Also, I still haven't given Manami Toyota her thing. Character idea, near certainty. Success. Very warm. Good. Muy good. Alright. Have I done her in Chaparita? No. Oh my god. Cook. 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 Putting Cynthia at ringside. Okay. We still have 6 minutes. Owen and Regal don't really... Yeah, none of these guys need to be on the show. I think we're fine. They can simply take a week off. Alright, this DA promo should probably go early. I don't know if it opens the show, but... Sting and Vader are replying to it later, so... This squash match got kind of high, but there's enough stuff before it should be fine. I mean, we've kind of been cooking, except for the Super Viernes show, but I don't know. Could we get? I mean, Kenta and Jumbo versus Terry Gordy and Masawa should be good. That should be good. So I'll say a 90 on the nose. That's what I'll say. Okay, 91 promo. This was a good thing to open with, as it turns out. $86 for Rey Mysterio and El Dandy. El Dandy got an 82 in America, bro. He's built different. 80 promo for El Dandy. Holy shit. Him and Ultimo. And, like, it's going to be a tech masterclass, almost certainly, because El Dandy has, like, 92, 100 or whatever tech. And so does Ultimo is, like, 80-something to 90-something. Like, that might be really fucking good as the opener of Great American Bash. A 69? I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. I kind of wish Manami Toyota did better in like a straight up steal the show match, but she's still not that over. So maybe if we just get her over. Chaparita has like no overness, and so 55 is pretty good. El Dandy is just as good as Randy Savage. I've always said that. 84 for these guys fighting. At some point, we gotta move forward with this a little bit. Although I do like just continuing to do the same bit over and over again. 78? Why did this do so bad? 86, 80, 78. Oh, no storyline. Did I not add them to the storyline? Okay, so the storyline started with this segment, but we still got penalized for no story. Okay, that seems rude. Speaking of rude, here he is to help his friend Marty beat up Stan Hansen. 70 for the squash match. The new Killer Bees is not going to work out. That's a shame. You hate to see it. In an alternate universe where they had chemistry, we signed them as our jobber tag team. They become the Italians of Nitro and get beat up every couple weeks. 62 for a belt motion. Okay. 87 for these guys being like, Bam Bam Bigelow, you're full crap. Event 95 for Kobashi and Jumbo versus Terry Gordy and Masawa. I mean, yeah. Yeah, cool match. '91. We didn't get the bonus for the angles here, so this could have been way better. This could have been like a 93 or 94. Okay, 50 grand. Pop recap. Maritimes. All right, chat. That is going to do it. These WCW streams keep getting a little longer and a little longer. But I didn't want to leave it on just 1 week of shows. I wanted to push forward a little bit. So we got a week and a show worth of shows. Thursday, if you missed the announcement at the end of last stream, Thursday is going to be the series finale of AEW. It is the last episode of that series. Forbidden Door 2026 is going to happen, and that's going to be our farewell show. So if you've been watching that series, maybe you know maybe you're behind or you trailed off or something. Tune in to that, I guess, to say your farewells. The Thursday after that, me and Nick will be debuting a new series. It will be a 2-player series where me and Nick play head-to-head against each other. And we're going to announce it at the end of the stream on Thursday. So, again, tune in for that. We'll tell you what it is. And then, of course, next week for WCW, we are... how long are we from Slamboree? Still 12 days. I don't think we'll make it because there's with the 3 shows a week. It gets pretty hard to make up that much ground. Because we'll have a Saturday, a Viernes, a Nitro, a Saturday. Yeah, no, we won't book 5 shows and then a pay-per-view. So we're probably still 2 weeks away from Slamboree. But yeah, tune in for that. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye, y'all.